I'm Captain Andrea.
And I'm Commander Matthew.
And welcome to Trekback Tuesday.
This is the show that explores time and space to seek out new toys and new Trek merchandise to show it to you here in Nerd News Today.
And what do we have to show them today, Commander Matthew?
We got a very good one to show them today, I believe. Today, coming to us from Playmates in 1992. From Series 1, their launch series, we have Lieutenant Commander Geordi La Forge. So our packaging is the same as every other Playmates figure that we've seen from this era. I do like this very early design of the Enterprise up here especially.
Yes.
They would continue using that kind of design as we've seen throughout the older toys and newer stuff, past 1992, and they would definitely improve in that graphic, but these early days was a little rough.
It still has a little bit of that 80s vibe to it.
Yes, it does. The front has this nice window where you can see Geordi and all of his accessories, but we'll get to that once we take him out of the box. And on the top corner, you can see a nice relic of the past there, a Toys R Us sticker. Back when this thing was $5. And you want to know something, Captain? I spent even less than that to get him today.
Nice. I'm also noticing that this is an unpunched card.
It is mint and unpunched, and you're about to ruin that and destroy the value of that figure. Well,
You mean the figure that's about to be taken out of its packaging? Yes, I am. It joins my collection.
Another kill for the Captain.
Yes.
Another war you've won with very little resistance.
Yes, they shall all soon be on my necklace.
Note to self. Is Captain a Terran?
What? No. On the back of the packaging, you'll see other 9 characters in the wave. You'll also see a description of Geordi's many accessories. You'll also see his Starfleet personnel file. It's a basic bio about, who he is, what he's done. A couple of key things to note. His physical fitness level is listed as good, with his birth disadvantage blind.
That's something that would definitely not age well in today's society.
This has not aged well. I mean, I understand it is a little bit of a disadvantage, especially when you're in space.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there are some better words that could have been used for that.
And to be fair, that visor he wears really helps him in so many situations, so he's basically better than everybody else.
Pretty much, Also listed is his Distinguished Service Notation, which references the episode The Masterpiece Society from Season 5, Episode 13. In it, he helps save the planet Moab 4.
Way to go, Geordi.
2 thumbs up.
And we should also mention that this is a collector's item, Captain. It says right here it's a collector's item. And as we'll see, it has a little collector's number on his foot once you take him out of the box.
So we're about to destroy a collector's item.
Yes, Captain. We're about to destroy it completely.
I'm okay with this. We may proceed.
Hi, Captain. Let's beam Geordi out of there. Lieutenant Commander La Forge is on the deck, Captain.
Affirmative. Let's take a look at him.
So the first thing we have to note is that Geordi La Forge here has a removable visor.
Yes, that was one of the first things that I've noticed. And to be honest, in packaging, it was a little off. It was a little askew, and his hand looked as though it was holding it in place.
Yeah.
But once taken out of the package, it looks pretty good. It's a little loose, but that's probably from age.
Yes, it definitely has aged not so well. It's very kind of soft now. Mm-hmm. I have one at home from my personal collection. That one has not been like this. That one's actually still very firm. But unfortunately, it's one of the things you can't tell until you get them out of the package.
No, of course.
But it is removable, and all you have to do is just pop it out real easy. You can see that really nice likeness of LeVar Burton.
Great likeness of him. I love what they did with the eyes. I mean, as he got older and he wore the, as time went on, I should say. As time went on and he got, those weird contact lenses. He went from the yellowy eyes to the white eyes, but it works, and I like it a lot.
And the way you put the visor back on is you can see he's got little holes in the side of his head there. There's little holes on the sides of the visor, so you just attach them on like that, and that's how they fit in.
But I should also note that the way you can tell the proper way to put it on is there is a slot for the nose.
So the original Geordi La Forge figure that Galoob made prior to Playmates taking over the license did not have a removable visor. So this is the first figure to have the removable visor. And I believe every Geordi that Playmates did after this, I'm pretty positive they all had removable visors.
Oh, great.
Yeah. So the outfit has the engineering colors that La Forge would wear. It's show accurate, more or less. He's got some pretty decent articulation as well. He's got the head which turns left and right, which is a little stiff. Very stiff. He just flung his visor across the room.
Jeez.
He's got shoulders that can go up and down. He has a nice bicep turn, so you can go. I don't know what to do, Captain. I don't know what to do. Oh, wait. Yes, I do. Because I'm Geordi La Forge.
What's that?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm just having fun with Geordi.
Okay, I'm gonna have fun with Geordi. I'll allow it.
His waist turns, and yeah, it's like you can see there, that visor is really loose. It should not be that loose normally. The legs come up so he can do kicks, and his knees come up so he can join the kick line. And that's about it. Now, this being from Series 1, we noted that a lot of their figures had weird stances.
Yes, we did.
Geordi fares better than most other figures in that he can stand up a little bit more straight than the rest of them, and it's not as bizarre. It's still not perfect, but it's definitely much, much better in terms of how he's standing, because it looks more natural. It's not posed in any way.
But now we should probably move on and talk about his accessories, which he has plenty of.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite things with this figure as a kid is the fact that he had so many different things he came with. They were all really cool.
Well, I don't know if I'd say this one's really cool.
Well, okay. Very functional, at least.
Yes, they're all functional and cool in their own ways. So, starting off, we have his stand. It's the Starfleet insignia as well as his name. I do love how his name looks as though it was put on with, a label maker.
Yeah.
I've noticed that with the other stands, and it makes me smile. It's like they can afford everything else, but for the names, label maker.
Yeah. And on the bottom of his feet, there you can see his collector's number.
And what number is he?
He is number 11,852. He's very collectible.
Yeah.
Not so much. So I'm going to go ahead and put Geordi on his base, which just snaps on like this. Mm-hmm. The squeaky Geordi always gets the wheel. I don't know. Here's the thing. He's not really actually on that base, both of his legs. He just kind of like got one leg up and one leg down, but the other foot is not touching the ground.
That's really weird.
I don't think it's going to be any different on this foot either. He doesn't really fit on the base.
And once again, his visor, which is also considered an accessory, has fallen off.
Yeah, there's not really any real way to get him to stand on this. He just kind of keeps spinning. I mean, that's about the best I can do is if I put him up there. That's pretty much it, and that doesn't look that good.
Moving on, he also comes with the Type 2 hand phaser.
With a beam coming out of it.
Of course.
Which he can hold in at least one of his hands. Pretty
Absolutely.
sure he can hold it in the right hand. We'll try that right now. Yeah, there you go. Nice tight fit, too.
So he also comes with his bioengineering tools. They're used for testing and diagnostic on the warp and impulse engines. Nothing too fancy, just kind of fun looking.
I always like that one in particular because it looked like it was a thermometer that you'd get when you go to the doctor to check your temperature.
That is true.
See? I'm pretty sure that's probably what that was.
Yes. He comes with his tricorder. It's the same basic design as all the other tricorders we've seen. Only difference is it's that purpley plastic instead of the other colors.
It fits nicely into his holster.
Just like so. He also comes with the Away Team portable computer gear. It's a nice little handbag. Look, it looks like a handbag. But you can see it has a really cool sticker decals showing the computer aspect of it. Otherwise, nothing too fancy, honestly. We're just going to slip this over his arm. It really should go over his head, but, it works as a handbag.
Yeah.
And now, my favorite accessory of the bunch, just because it's a little different, it's a little fun, and also Geordi comes with so many accessories. He also comes with dilithium crystals.
Yeah, that was one of my favorites, actually, as a kid, was dilithium crystals. It just looks so cool. It's so unique. He's not the only character to come with it, in fact, but there weren't many of these.
No.
It was a real special treat if you got one of these with your toys.
Yeah, I love the blue shading. I love how it's a little translucent. It's just a fun addition to all of this. And since it's Geordi, it makes sense that he would get the dilithium crystals.
Exactly. So final thoughts on this figure is it's definitely one of my favorites of Series 1. I love that it has the removable visor and still holds up very well in terms of representation of Geordi as LeVar Burton. Got really great accessories. It's one of my favorites.
Since you're more familiar with the line than I am, I'm going to reserve judgment as to whether or not, where he stands on the ranking. But I really like this figure. I think it's a great LeVar Burton representation. I love that he comes with all the accessories. I love that he doesn't have too horrible a stance. And overall, I think it's just a really great figure. And that's our look at Lieutenant Commander Geordi La Forge from Series 1 of Playmates' Next Generation line. I'm Captain Andrea.
I'm Commander Matthew. We'll see you next time here for another episode of Trekback Tuesday. And until then, live long and buy toys.